Hello, the design people. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are going to learn how to make this out of all these. So all these are individual items, but we are going to use auto layout to make this. As you can see, when you are doing auto layout, you just don't group everything, add auto layout and start combining and start arranging them. It doesn't allow for that. So, because if you group them, if you group now and add auto layout, everything is just going to be in one place. Even if you centralize, it's not going to happen. So what you are going to do is that you arrange your stuff before you group them, before you put the white box. So now this is in one section, then this part is another section, this last part too is another section. When you know this, you know how to add padding or group your stuff. So we know that this is one section, right? But we see that it's at the corner. If you there's no way you can do it that some will be centralized and one will be at the corner. What you do is that you add padding. So here you are going to add padding. Okay, it's already in an auto layout frame, as you can see here. So you add padding. You see that if you put it in the center, it can be here, but then you add padding to the left so that it will shift. So usually what I do is that I right align it so that no matter what, it will always stick to the side, because if you put it in the center, when you expand the box, it's going to be in the center. So I right align, then I add a lot of padding to this, let's say 120. You can see that the box is now bigger. You can always increase this. If you increase it, it's going to still be at the end. You see that the X, the cancel sign, is not moving at all. So you can increase or decrease as you want. Then this section, we are done with this section. This section now, you have end of curves, and this cannot be reversed. So you group this part, then you add this. You group this first, then you group this and this. If you group these three together, it will just be the same as what we did earlier. So you pick this one and this one, then you group and add auto layout. So this one now is a new frame. You can um, put the padding as, the space between as 8. Okay, 8 is kind of small. It's kind of much. You can just reduce it to 0 totally. So now you have this frame. Then you bring this and this together in one frame. You can see that this one is vertically directed. The direction is vertical, so it's going down. But when you want to bring this and this together, it will go to the left, to the right, horizontal direction. So you bring this and this together, you group them and auto layout. You see that it's still on vertical, so you do the horizontal, and then you center align this stuff like this. See that it's coming together gradually. So when you center align, you come back to this one, you do the same thing. You group these two. They are already auto layout frames on their own. They are buttons. So you add this and then put it in horizontal direction. You see that it's a bit cute, right? You add padding. So this and this are our items, new items. You group everything together and add auto layout. You can see that our frame is coming together gradually, but you see there are little deficiencies. So here you add padding, let's say 16. Yeah, so we have padding of 16 here. Then you add fill, automatically is white. You see that this X is still not where we want it to be, and that's because this our box is still aligned to the top left. So when we bring it to the center, top center, you see that it is now in the middle. This looks better now. You can't bring it here because this one will shift like this middle will shift, so you bring it to the middle so that these two will be in the middle, while this one will appear like it's at the right. Here you increase padding so that the X will shift a bit to the corner. So this is what it looks like. Add some corner radius, and usually I like to reduce this to 80 so that it's more easy. No, not this one. I select one by one and reduce to 80 so that it's easier on the eyes. There's actually a little difference when you use it. It's just easier on the eyes than using the whole 100%. So that's blend mode. Then you add some little shadow to it. Let's make this 25, and this one, I really don't like this stuff, so I use 75, 75, 75, then 15%. Then I reduce this to probably 2, just to make it soft. I don't like heavy shadows. So you see that we now have this frame. So it's basically simple. When you have multiple items, you group them one by one, then you group, then you still group. So as you're grouping, you're adding auto layouts. As you're grouping, you're adding auto layouts. I hope you enjoyed this simple and short lecture. Not a lecture, a tutorial. I encourage you to share, subscribe, and just keep watching and let me know what you want to learn next. Thank you.